Have those dates with yourself. I know that sounds really strange. Before you get into a relationship, start to take yourself to places that you would want to go with a partner. I know there's way too many people who sit at home and say, I can't go anywhere, I can't do this, I can't go to these events or these places I really want to go because I can't go by myself. You can totally go by yourself. And it may feel really uncomfortable the first time or the first few times, but after you get used to it, it's gonna feel good and you're gonna feel more empowered to not feel limited in yourself and what you can do if you actually go out and just live your life now. So find a way to Hello beautiful souls, my name is Monica and thank you so much for being here today and clicking on this video. So today's video topic is the one question you need to ask in order to manifest anything you want. So this thought just randomly came to me one day and I started thinking about it, and I was thinking, what is the one thing you really need to know about the law of attraction? And then it made me think about the one question you need to ask yourself in order to manifest anything. With the law of attraction, we don't need to know the answer to every question in order to manifest. So when I say questions, I mean the who, what, where, when, okay? So you don't need to know, let's say if you're trying to manifest your soulmate, a partner, a friend, a business partner, whatever it is, you don't need to know exactly who it's going to be. In fact, when you're manifesting, you don't know who the person's going to be at all until you manifest them. So you don't have to worry about the who. You also don't need to worry about the when. When is it going to happen? Because it all happens in divine timing, and when you're manifesting, you don't know and you don't need to know exactly when it's going to happen. You just need to trust the universe that it's going to happen at the best time in your life for you when you're ready for it. The how it's going to happen is also not something you need to know. Those are the details that are best left for the universe to figure out for you, so you don't need to stress about that. What is something you don't need to know, like what exactly is going to happen? What is it that the universe is going to do? What is it going to be like exactly? You don't need to know the what. You also don't need to know where it's going to happen. You don't know the exact location, the exact place. You don't even know the exact time. And that's the point. You don't need to know that either. So the one question that's left is why? Why do you want to manifest this certain thing? That's all you need to ask yourself. And that might come in layers. You might say, why do I want to manifest a soulmate? Well, if the answer is because you don't want to be lonely, that probably isn't going to be a good enough motivator in order for you to really feel into what it is that you're trying to manifest so that you can live in the end. If you want to manifest money and you want to manifest being rich and your why is because you don't want to be poor, that's also like a negative kind of connotation that isn't going to put you in the best mood or mindset when you're thinking about manifesting whatever it is you want to manifest. Good way to do it would be to flip it. So if you know the reason why you don't want something, then you know the reason why you want something, and you can turn the negative into a positive reason. That will put you in a higher vibration, will lift your mood, and help you to attract that thing that much quicker. So instead of saying, why do I want to be rich? Instead of saying, because I don't want to be poor, or I don't want to struggle, or I don't want to be broke, you could say, because I want to be financially free. I want to be able to go where I want, buy what I want, feel secure. Maybe you want security. That could be your why. Something like that. So if you really get down to your exact why, you can start to figure out how to embody that feeling now without having that specific thing in your life right now, which will help you to attract it faster. So for instance, I'll use me as an example. When I manifested my dream life of becoming a full-time RVer, my why ended up being because I want freedom. That is what I truly desire, believe most in this life. I don't want to feel tied down. I don't want to feel a slave to. I don't want to feel that I can't do something or I can't go somewhere. I don't want to feel those feelings. My why is because I want to go wherever I want, whenever I want to go there. I don't want to feel enslaved to paying rent for the rest of my life and not owning something. I want to be able to just be so light and so free that I can just move around and I can take everything I really need with me and not have to worry about, oh, well, if I go somewhere, then I have to figure out a place to put my dogs, like a dog sitter, or I have to have somebody watch my house, or just anything like that. Like, there's a lot of details that happen sometimes when you go on a vacation, or you just can't up and leave because you have a lot of responsibilities in your everyday life in the place that you're currently at. And I just wanted to be free, like a butterfly. Just wanted to spread my wings and go explore and go find myself and just see new things whenever I want. And so once I figured out that my true why I wanted to manifest being a full-time RVer, it became more clear to me what I needed to do to start to embody the feelings. So examples of feeling more free for me would be sometimes just going for a long car ride. Sometimes in the middle of nowhere, sometimes in the country, just where you could see the mountains, or you could just see the woods, or you could see beaches, just wherever I could go, where those sort of images made me feel free being out in nature. So something as simple, like I said, as just going for a car ride. Also, things that my husband and I did is we would go on quick trips, long weekends, and we would explore places that weren't too far away. So like maybe up to like a 5-hour drive and spend like 3 days there if we had like a Monday off or something like that. So then we got to travel in spurts in close places, and we could bring our dogs. We didn't have to worry about that. And it made us feel more free, and it made us kind of get into that mindset of being a traveler, even if it was just for a few days. It didn't have to be all the time yet. Also, sometimes just doing spontaneous trips or going spontaneous places, or just being like one day, hey, let's try something new. That also helped me to feel more free, because that's something I would want to be doing as I was traveling anyways. So what I invite you to do is to, when you're writing down whatever it is that you want to manifest, start thinking about your true why and try to turn that into a positive spin if it sort of sounds negative. If you're like, well, I just don't want to be lonely forever, and I don't want to be poor forever, you know what I mean? So like I said, if you know what you don't want, then you know what you do want. And that is going to be the key to your success with manifesting. And then figure out what that why is. If you want to be in a relationship because you feel like you have a lot of love to give and you just want somebody to, if you want somebody to take care of, or you want somebody to share your love with, I would suggest doing that in your own life right now. What are ways that you can have self-love for yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you exercising? Are you eating right? Are you having some spa days? Are you just feeling good about yourself? So whatever that self-love looks like for you. And one of the things I did a lot in between relationships whenever I was single is I would have, and I still do this sometimes when my husband's out of town, is I have what I call date night with me. So I would take myself to a movie if I want to. I'll take myself out to eat. I will take myself out on a hike somewhere. I will buy myself something if I have the money and I need something like, or I want something like new shoes or whatever it is. Have those dates with yourself. I know that sounds really strange. Before you get into a relationship, start to take yourself to places that you would want to go with a partner. I know there's way too many people who sit at home and say, I can't go anywhere, I can't do this, I can't go to these events or these places I really want to go because I can't go by myself. You can totally go by yourself. And it may feel really uncomfortable the first time or the first few times, but after you get used to it, it's gonna feel good, and you're gonna feel more empowered to not feel limited in yourself and what you can do if you actually go out and just live your life now. And then it's gonna be that much better when your partner comes along, then you can go do that stuff together. That's just like the icing on the cake at that point. I mean, you're already so fulfilled and so whole by yourself to go do those things by yourself that by the time somebody comes along and does it with you, it's just like, yeah, okay, cool, let's do this together now. It'll be a different experience. If you want to manifest more money, one way is you can start to feel rich financially is by looking around what you already have. Do you have a computer? Do you have a phone? Do you have certain things that maybe you saved up for, or that were gifts, or something that's kind of expensive, or something that you just really, really value, even if it doesn't have a high dollar amount. Those things can make you feel rich, especially if you think about it from the viewpoint of, what if you were coming from a third world country? What if you had never seen these things before? What if they were all brand new to you? And you look around and you really think about it and you're like, man, I am absolutely rich. I am wealthy. I have everything I need. And everything I want is going to come to me in divine timing. If you want to manifest more friends, can also apply to the advice I said before, which is, take yourself out. Take yourself out to do things. If you like amusement parks, go to an amusement park by yourself, or go to movies, or whatever it is. Think about what it is you want to do with those friends. Go do that for yourself. If you just want to have conversations and someone to talk to, maybe write down in your journal and just put your thoughts out there. Put it on paper. Or if you have other thoughts you want to share, like I do, for instance, then start a YouTube channel and start talking to your audience that way. And then you can get your message out if you just feel like you have a lot of valuable tips or some wisdom that you just want to give somebody, but you don't have anybody close to you. So do it this way and build your own community and have conversations that way. And like I said, all of those things together, you can start to embody that emotion, living in the end, and then you can manifest whatever it is you want. Once again, to recap before we end this video, is those questions. You don't need to know who. You don't need to know when. You don't need to know where. You don't need to know how when you're manifesting. You don't need to know those details. You just need to know your why. Because the universe does not speak in words. It does not speak in language. It speaks in emotions and feelings. And when you have thoughts, when you're thinking about what it is you want, that evokes like a picture in your mind, sort of, which evokes a feeling, an emotion, an energy that gets broadcasted to the world. So when you start to feel good about whatever it is that you want, and you start raising your vibration and you broadcast that high vibe energy into the world, that is your signal you're sending, saying, hey, I'm already grateful for what I have. I'm already grateful for what's coming, for what's manifesting, and I feel like I already have it. And that is your way to communicate with the universe. That is your way to manifest successfully using the law of attraction. That is my video for today. I hope that was helpful to some of you, to help you understand how the law of attraction works a little more. This is something that's taking me a few years to really understand, and once you get this down, I promise you it's going to be so much easier when manifesting. But I do recommend that you start with something small, or something that you really feel is more achievable, and before you start to manifest really big things, in order to build your trust in the universe and yourself and the law of attraction. Once you start seeing that proof, that evidence showing up, those signs of synchronicities, that will definitely raise your confidence, which will raise your trust. And then you're going to be all good to go. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. I hope you're having a great day or night, and we'll see you later. Bye.